Friends, let's learn how to find the difference between unlike fractions. But before we begin, let me tell you what are unlike fractions. Unlike fractions are those fractions which have different denominators. But how do we find the difference between them? We first convert these unlike fractions into their equivalent like fractions by finding the LCM of their denominators. So, we begin with this question. It is 8 by 9 minus 5 by 12. And what do we observe? That these two fractions have different denominators. That means they are unlike fractions. So let's convert these unlike fractions into equivalent like fractions by finding the LCM of their denominator. So we first find LCM of 9 and 12. Let's do the calculations on that side. I write here 9 and 12. We first divide it by 2. Now 9 is not divisible by 2, so it will be written as it is. 12 divided by 2 gives us 6. I again divide it by 2. 9 will be written as it is. 6 divided by 2 gives us 3. Now none of these numbers is an even number. So we divide both these numbers by 3 as they are divisible by 3. 9 divided by 3 gives us 3 and 3 divided by 3 gives us 1. We again divided by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1 and 1 will be written as it is. So the LCM of 9 and 12 is equal to 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. Now 2 times 2 is equal to 4. 4 times 3 is 12 and 12 times 3 is 36. So let's convert 8 by 9 into its equivalent fractions so that the denominator is 36. 9 should be multiplied by what number so that the product is equal to 36? 9 times 4. So we multiply the numerator also by 4. 8 times 4 gives us 32 and 9 times 4 gives us 36. We'll do the same with the fraction 5 by 12. Now 12 should be multiplied by what number so that the product is equal to 36? 12 times 3 gives us 36. So the numerator 5 will also be multiplied by 3. Now 5 times 3 is equal to 15 and 12 times 3 is equal to 36. Now what do we have? We have with us a pair of like fractions. Now how do we find the difference between like fractions? You learned it a few minutes back. Do you remember? So let's find the difference, everyone. We will find the difference between the numerators upon the common denominator 36. So I write here 32 minus 15 upon the denominator 36. And 32 minus 15 is equal to 17 upon 36 is the difference between these two fractions. In part B, we are finding the difference between 9 by 16 and 1 by 4. So we first find the LCM of 16 and 4. So let's do the calculations. I write here 16 and 4. We begin dividing them by 2. So 16 divided by 2 will give us 8. 4 divided by 2 will give us 2. Again we divide by 2. 8 divided by 2 will give us 4. And 2 divided by 2 will give us 1. So again I divide by 2. 4 divided by 2 gives us 2 and this will be written 1. Again I divide 2 divided by 2 gives us 1 and this is 1. So LCM of 16 and 4 is equal to 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8 and 8 times 2 is 16. So 9 by 16 is already having the same denominator. We are not required to make any change. And the other fraction which is 1 by 4. Now here we want the denominator should be 16. So 4 should be multiplied by what number? 4. So the numerator will also be multiplied by 4. 1 times 4 is 4 and 4 times 4 is 16. So let's find the difference between these two like fractions. So 9 minus upon 16, 9 upon 16 minus 4 upon 16 is equal to, we'll first find the difference between the numerators. 9 minus 4 upon 16 is equal to, 9 minus 4 is equal to 5 upon 16 is the difference between these two fractions. So let's find the difference between 1 by 8 and 1 by 10. So we first find the LCM of 8 and 10. Let's do the calculations on this side. I write here 8 and 10 and start dividing by 2. 8 divided by 2 gives us 4. 10 divided by 2 gives us 5. I again divide by 2. 4 divided by 2 gives us 2. And 5 is not divisible, so I write 5 as it is. Again I divide by 2. 2 divided by 2 gives us 1 and this is 5. Now I divide by 5. We'll write 1 as it is and 5 divided by 5 gives us 1. So the LCM is equal to 2 times 2 times 2 times 5. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8 and 8 times 5 is equal to 40. So let's convert these fractions into their like fractions so that the denominator is equal to 40. We multiply 8 by what number so that the denominator comes as 40? 8 times 5. So 1 should also be multiplied by 5. 1 times 5 is equal to 5 and 8 times 5 is equal to 40. So let's do the same with the fraction 1 by 10. Again we want the denominator to be 40. So 10 should be multiplied by 4. Similarly 1 should be also multiplied by 4. 1 times 4 is 4 and 10 times 4 is equal to 40. Now we find the difference between these like fractions. What do we do, children? We simply find the difference between the numerators. So 5 minus 4 upon the common denominator 40. So 5 minus 4 is equal to 1 upon 40. That's it. I hope you found it easy. So children, don't forget to practice this concept on your own. All the best. Bye-bye. And I hope all of you join me in my next video also.